Today I'm with Craig Lamshed, the founding principal of the new and landmark British Royal Grammar School Guildford, Dubai, opening this September. Good morning, Craig. So let's get to the questions that so many parents are asking us about. As an expert in the many different curriculum options available for students in the UAE schools, can you talk us through what you see as the strengths and differences of the American, IB and British curriculum options facing parents, and how do parents choose?
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time this morning. Pleasure to be here. First, I'd like to say how wonderful it is to work in the UAE and have such a diverse range of curricula within the UAE for parents to choose from. And you've mentioned some of those, and then there's others like the CBSE, the ICSE, and the French curriculum and so on, the Swiss. I think the first thing is for parents, prior to talking about the actual curriculum, is for parents to actually really be considered in their choice. So ask a lot of questions. Go to the school, meet the leadership team, talk to the parents, talk to the teachers, and actually see what level of curriculum provision there is. So when someone says, they do the British curriculum, what does that actually mean? When they say they do the IB, what does that actually mean? So go and have a look at the programs, ask them in terms of seeing the curriculum, ask them to see the assessments, ask them to see the career choices and I suppose the vocational education post-16 pathways, and have a really rich conversation with those schools. I think every one of the curriculum brings a different level of diversity and richness in terms of what it offers students. The last thing I would say is really look at where you intend your child to go in terms of post-16 provision. What does it look like for them when they leave school? Are they going back to the UK? Are they going to Australia? Are they going to America? Are they going to New Zealand? And really consider which one of those curricula would best suit those children to make them successful within that transition.
So Craig, as the founding principal of a world-famous British school coming to Dubai, can you tell us more about what inspires you so much about the British curriculum and explain to parents the way that the British curriculum works all the way from the early years through to IGCSE and then A-level and BTEC? Sure.
I mean, the first thing is in terms of what brought me to Dubai was the opportunity to work with RGS, to work with people like Claire, amazing 500 years worth of heritage and innovation and refinement in terms of education provision. Secondly, obviously the backing of Cognita, which is also an amazing company in terms of our education partner. But the British curriculum, I think it is really one of the golden state-of-the-art curriculums. Same with the early years goals. I mean, that wonderful opportunity for the holistic education, really getting an understanding of this child at play, but with structure. So getting an understanding in terms of where they are in terms of literacy, numeracy, understanding the world, personal, social, emotional well-being. It's a beautiful curriculum, and it gives teachers the opportunity to be quite flexible in terms and creative, but also has that structure behind it. That then leads you into the primary school curriculum. Again, a structured curriculum, but very broad and holistic. Here at RGS, we do things like we have a carousel for music, we have a carousel in terms of language, a broad provision of subject specialists from year 3 onwards. So sort of enhancing what is the national curriculum framework. You then go into the GCSEs. Now the GCSEs is, I suppose, one of the points at which the real rigour of the national curriculum comes to its own. So students get to choose from a broad range of subjects. Those subjects are assessed not only in school but also with external examinations, and parents get a real sense of confidence of understanding of where their children are at, not only within the school but also in terms of their global stance. Then post-16, we have, as you mentioned before, some amazing pathways. We have the A levels, we have BTEC, we soon to have the T levels come out. I think this gives a real rich, it gives you students the opportunity to, one, be considered in terms of what they want to do in terms of their vocation, to specialise, which I think is really important. Students are starting to make very important decisions about what they need to go into university. And then obviously we have the breadth in terms of you can mix vocational education like BTECs and A levels, and then the new T levels which will come out, which will be a vocational standard in terms of offering something very special to our people.
Thank you. So Craig, to summarise, I know this is tough. If you had to choose just 3 things, what is at the very top of the list of the things that British UK English National Curriculum schools deliver beyond compared to what the alternatives are?
Right, so firstly I would say a sense of confidence for parents in terms of the structure. So the British curriculum is structured. It has a fundamental backbone of expectations in terms of curriculum standards across a broad range of levels at every year level. So I think that's the first thing. The second thing would be the opportunity to add to that curriculum, like I said before, things like carousels of music, adding to the maths curriculum. So it gives you that additional flexibility. And I think lastly, and this is fundamentally very important, it sort of goes on to that structure, is the post-16 provision offers breadth of opportunity, but also gives students the ability to know exactly where they are on an international world stage, while providing different aspects or different opportunities for different pathways, vocational education, A levels, and soon to be the new T levels.
That was helpful, Craig. But finally, what everyone wants to know is a secret. What can you reveal to us that no one else knows about what parents and children joining the Royal Grammar School, Guildford, Dubai in September can expect? What amazing things are in the pipeline to deliver the world-class education for children that the school in the UK is so famous for? Come on, spill the beans, Craig.
All right, the one big secret reveal.
The big one.
The big one.
Massive.
So look, in addition to the amazing education that RGS will provide in September, the wonderful teachers, the great facility, the values-rich curriculum, and sort of the opportunities in terms of the ECAs, I think the one secret I can tell you today is in terms of the ECAs, we have a platinum partnership with Inspiratus in Sports City, which means that not only do our children get to access the wonderful facilities we have on site at RGS, but also get state-of-the-art professional level facilities accessed all week throughout the entire school year to enhance the richness of the ECA program and the sports program for our young people.
Thank you, Craig. We are all so excited about the opening of RGS Guildford Dubai roll on September. Good luck.
Thank you, Emma, and thank you, SchoolsCompared. Look, we are delighted with the way the schools are progressing. We can't wait to have our young people on site and sort of enjoy the richness and the wonderful education that RGS GD is going to provide. If you're interested, come down and visit us at the admissions centre. We're open. We'd love to see you, and we're really looking forward to September.
Thank you for having me today.